everyone, Tuan here. In today's conference tracker in a nutshell, I want to talk about our online registration form. This feature will allow your attendees and exhibitors to sign up and pay for the conference all through Conference Tracker. It's simple to use, but pretty effective. Before you can use this feature, you'll have to enable it. To do so, start by clicking up here on Basic Information. The option you're looking for are these two down here. You can activate both the attendee and exhibitor registrations, or you can just enable one of them. When you've chosen which ones to activate, click on Save down here. Now we're ready to edit them. Editing the forms works exactly the same way on both, no matter if you're changing the attendee or the exhibitor form. For simplicity's sake, I'm just going to change the attendee registration form. If I wanted the exhibitor registration form instead, I would click on this one, but since I'm doing the attendee, I would be using this one up here. You'll be taken to this page. This is where you'll see all your registrations as they come in, but if you want to edit the registration form itself, you'll want to click on this conveniently named button right here. This is your form. As you can see, we've already got some default fields in place. You can add more fields using these options over here. Text adds a field that enables the attendee to type their answer into it. Price adds a field that allows the attendee to input any amount of money they'd like to pay. This one's pretty confusing because it's used more as a donation field rather than a price field. It's probably not likely that someone's going to want to pay more than they have to for the registration, so this isn't the field you want if you're trying to attach a price to something. Password adds a field that will enable the attendee to create a password. List adds a multiple choice field. Checkbox adds a checkbox. Section title adds bold font text with a horizontal row underneath. Explanatory text just adds text. And email adds a field that enables the attendee to add their email. You can also move and delete these fields. To move a field, simply hover over an item and just drag it around. If you want to remove a field, hover over it and click on the red X. The fields you won't be able to remove are first name, last name, and email. This is because we require all users to have these three pieces of information to have a valid account in Conference Tracker. We gotta make sure that everyone completes this information. Aside from that, you have complete freedom on the form, making it is pretty straightforward. As an example, let's build a part of the form that asks people about their meal option. First, I want to add a section title and call it Meal Options. Adding section titles is a great way to organize your form and make sure the registrants know that they're moving on to a different section of the registration. Next, I want to add some explanatory text to let attendees know what each option consists of. Now let's set the actual options. When you add a list, you'll be able to add options to the list and edit the caption beside it. We'll change this caption to meal options and add 3 meal options. Once we've done that, you'll notice that when we have a field highlighted, we have additional options to the right over here. We can change the name of the field, whether or not it's required to fill out, whether or not registrants can choose more than one option, and if we want to allow prices. We'll go ahead and allow prices. $10, $11, and $32 for the vegetarian because filet mignon is really expensive. And there, we're done. Now our registrants will be able to choose their meal options and have that total add to the cost of their registration. Let's save our work. Now, how are we going to show off our masterpiece? Well, if you go back to the online registration, click on Share right here, you'll find that you have 3 ways to share your form. You can share it on these social networks, use this code to embed it on your website, or share this link. All these options are also available for the exhibitor form. And that's all there is to it. As always, if you have any questions, please feel free to email me at conftrack@engineerica.com and I'll answer as long as I still have my job. Have a good one.